What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 5 ways British and American TV is very different. Interesting.
I think one's going to be the commercials and the ad breaks.
Ooh, definitely. I wonder if, normally it comes up with like the drug commercials on these differences. I wonder if that's going to be one.
And maybe just the amount of breaks.
Yeah, I think you guys get a lot more breaks, don't you?
Some of our channels don't have breaks.
Like, yeah, BBC.
I think BBC One doesn't.
That's because you pay a TV license, don't you, to it? But smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. Nearly 160,000 subscribers. I know we're probably like 6,000 off, but smash that subscribe button. Get us closer. We'd really appreciate it. And are you ready?
I am.
It's Lost in the Pond. His link's in the description. I'm going to sneeze, so we're about to cut. And we'll see you guys in a second. I did sneeze. I managed to get it just in time. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's check it out. Lost in the Pond's link's in the description as well. But wait till after this video. Let's go.
Firstly, American networks just have a higher budget, so they can afford to take a risk on a show that NBC will ultimately cancel.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to TV. And given all of the TV shows and programs that both countries develop, this video could have been 50 years long, so I'm not going to devote it to looking at specific programs as such, but really how British and American TV differs in a broad sense. Okay. Furthermore, as a disclaimer, because this video might leave you with more questions than answers, then it is possible that this video might become a 2-part mini-series. I'm just trying to shoehorn in TV references. And so let me greenlight this episode that this is a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who. Makes a noise. I'll stop that now. In which I look at 5 ways that British and American TV is very different.
Ooh, that's
we
a
can't
BBC
talk
one,
about the differences in British and American television without talking about TV licensing. In Britain, a TV license is required by any household that is watching or recording live TV in real time, whether it be terrestrial, satellite, cable, or internet. Now, as of last year, a colour TV license cost each household just shy of £160. Or, to simplify things, about £3 a week, and if you're not British and that didn't simplify things, that's roughly $4 American a week. Okay. And the British government uses this money to fund the BBC. So any American fans of Top Gear, Doctor Who, Planet Earth, Peaky Blinders, Sherlock, and of course all creatures great and small can thank the British public for funding them, although not me because I haven't lived there in 12 years.
So
arguably,
wait a minute.
The closest thing that America has to...
So what I've just gained from that is that we pay so Americans can watch it for free. Is that what you just said?
No, well, no.
Why don't we get to watch it for free? It's British broadcasting.
Well, no.
Or is it so we can offer it?
Well, no, we pay so we can watch it.
Yeah, but that's
we don't pay. Sorry, we don't pay so we can watch it. We pay so them shows get created, so the actors get paid.
Yeah, but that's not how he said it.
But because it's already created.
Yeah, but
they watch it.
Yeah, but he said that they use the money to promote it to America.
No. I think you got that wrong. They use the money.
That's what he said.
No, I didn't. All right, we'll listen to it again, but I didn't hear that.
The BBC. So any American fans of Top Gear, Doctor Who, Planet Earth, Peaky Blinders, Sherlock, and of course all creatures great and small can thank the British public for funding them, although not me because I haven't lived there in 12 years.
Yeah, but they're not funding the American public. They're funding the shows because basically BBC don't have ads. Pretty much, BBC don't have ads. So instead of having ads, what normally pay for like the shows and stuff like that, that's how it works. We pay BBC. They create the show so we can watch it. And then obviously because it's created, Americans can get their hands on it. So if they like that show, it's just a bonus for them. You know what I mean? It's just a bonus. We're not doing it for the Americans. They just have access to it as well. But we pay for it.
Okay. Does
that make sense?
No.
It's kind of like sharing your Netflix password with someone. You may not share the cost. So you're paying for it so you can watch it. They're getting the bonus of logging in and watching it. You get me?
Yeah, so we're paying for it and they get to watch it.
But yeah, it's just because it's there pretty much, yeah.
And I still got to pay. Still got to pay for Grey's Anatomy on Disney+.
Arguably, the closest thing that America has to the BBC is PBS. And as it happens, PBS's masterpiece is essentially British TV, just without the crap bits. However, PBS is not funded by a TV license since Americans aren't required to have one. Okay. Instead, PBS and other public distributors are funded by things like pledge drives and its own member stations and grants from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and donations. And that's why you'll often hear things like, "This period drama was brought to you in association with the Lawrence Brown Foundation." That was a dream I had. Two of the most well-known TV shows to have originated on American public television are Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Sesame Street, both of which were children's shows set in a street, but only one of which became big in the UK, Sesame Street. Why didn't we get Mr. Rogers in the UK? Anyway, at this point, true to PBS form, I'm going to hand over to Laura Linney to take us into the next segment of our show.
Is it
we
Laura's
don't have Laura Linney. Oh. I thought you were on that, so I've got to do it. After moving to
I was waiting for the wig.
After moving to the United States, there were culture shocks that came to the fore through watching television. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me was just how frequently American TV shows went to a commercial break. And at first I had to wonder if I was just making all of this up. I mean, my brain was in overdrive. I'd just landed in the bountiful kingdom of Indianapolis. But it turns out it's true. Within every hour of broadcast television, there's about 14 minutes of commercial breaks. And being from the UK, I wasn't quite used to this, because guess how many ads there are in an hour on the BBC? Zero. This is also
another
ITV.
This is one of the benefits of the TV license. The BBC doesn't need advertising in order to operate. But there are other terrestrial channels in the UK that aren't governed by the BBC and aren't funded by the TV license. But even so, the likes of ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 average between about 7 to 10 minutes of adverts every hour. And the difference is really noticeable.
I thought it was more.
It's like every 10 minutes for like a couple of minutes.
I always thought it was like every 5... I thought it was 4 or 5 minutes. I thought the ad breaks lasted for 5 minutes.
Nah, it's like, so if you're watching an hour programme,
yeah,
it's probably every 10 minutes for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Oh, well, yeah, see, I thought it was every 10 minutes for like 5 minutes.
I'm not sure about Channel 4 and Channel 5, but ITV, when you're watching it on the app, it does pop up saying if you want to watch it without ads, you can pay.
Yeah, but
it's like
so
ITV Plus or something.
If you're watching on catch up, it's only like 30-second ads anyway.
Yeah, but you can't skip them.
Yeah, you can't. Like, get you out on that.
I think that the biggest thing with that is in the United States, it can often feel like they go to an ad break at very inopportune moments during a show.
Ooh,
and this out of nowhere approach to advertising has this weird effect on me to where the continuity of the show is ruined.
Okay, that makes sense.
When I moved here, the 648th question I had was, where are all the soap operas? Which was just one place behind where is the soap. And it turns out it's not that America doesn't have soap operas, it's that virtually no one watches them. For example, throughout the last decade, The Young and the Restless was watched by about 3%.
Not in the US.
They don't watch, but they don't like watching stuff like that.
Yeah, it's proper British, isn't it? I'm not a fan.
No, I mean like that kind of thing. They don't like watching that kind of thing.
Obviously not, no.
Of Americans. And this is the country's most watched soap. In the UK, we're a bit more obsessed. Firstly, these aren't daytime affairs. Our soap operas actually have prime time evening slots. And get this, while viewing figures have been dropping, episodes of Coronation Street, which is a show that's been running for 60 years,
good old are
still watched by roughly 8 million people in the UK. That's about 12%.
That's
and when I were a kid, they were even more popular. In 1986, the Christmas Day episode of EastEnders was watched by half the nation.
Wow.
We weren't on lockdown. Oh, and speaking of Christmas, that brings us on to this.
Christmas special.
Oh, I love a Christmas special.
No way! Gavin and Stacey Christmas special.
America didn't consider a televisual phenomenon, and that is TV Christmas specials.
I love when you get the little Christmas magazine TV guide, don't you?
Yeah, Christmas specials are good.
It has all the ones like Wallace and Gromit. And
yeah. But no, I don't think they're as good nowadays, but we did have a Gavin and Stacey
when we were a kid.
Yeah, Gavin and Stacey were recently, wasn't it? You normally get like the Would I Lie to You Christmas specials and stuff like that.
A Christmas special, like an hour.
I'm not bothered about the soaps, but there is good Christmas ones.
It's good.
The United States dominates the market when it comes to Christmas films. It's not that American TV shows don't have Christmas-themed episodes or episodes set at Christmas. It's that A, they often don't air on Christmas Day, and B, there isn't this sort of extra nationwide collective anticipation for the shows in question. In Britain, it's quite a bit different because you'll have shows that run throughout the entire year, but the exciting part is they have a Christmas special coming and everybody gets what they want. For the public, it's a really exciting day, and for the broadcasters, it's a huge ratings boost. Yeah. There's even a Wikipedia page devoted to some of the shows in question, and it confirms my suspicions that comedies make up the majority of these Christmas specials. And in many ways, I'm surprised that America places less of an emphasis on this, given that it goes much bigger on both Christmas and TV than arguably any country in the world.
Yeah, you have sports on Christmas as well, which is mad.
When it comes to television, the question I get most from Americans is, what do you think of Monty Python? But also, why do British shows only have 6 episodes? And it's true, an entire series, or season, as they would say in the United States, is roughly between 6 and 10 episodes. Whereas some of the big TV shows in the United States have anywhere between 21 and
I guess actually that is kind of true. Like,
I don't know.
Bridgerton's not got as many.
No
then
clue.
like Grey's Anatomy's got like 20 episodes per season.
Yeah, I didn't know it was like pace.
I can't actually think of many British series, like big series.
But I feel like Doctor Who, surely Doctor Who has more episodes per series. That must have loads.
That might be like a one-off.
Yeah, but I can't think of many. But I just go on Netflix and I don't really focus if it's American or not. I just watch.
I can't tell.
Yeah, and then suddenly you're at episode 20. But yeah, I wouldn't know about that, but I'll take Lawrence's word for it.
Yeah.
Why British TV shows have so few episodes, that's hard for me to answer. I don't work in the TV industry yet. But from what I can gather, it comes down to a couple of reasons. Firstly, American networks just have a higher budget, so they can afford to take a risk on a show that NBC will ultimately cancel. Secondly, and I can relate to this as a one-man YouTuber, British shows don't usually have really large creative teams, especially not compared to the United States, and a perfect way to highlight this is to compare the UK and US versions of The Office. Consider this. The original UK version was written by just Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant.
I've never seen
During
either.
its run, the US version had no fewer than 33 writers. And I suppose one of the benefits of having more people work on it is you can churn more material out. On the other hand, am I crazy? That many people with that many ideas does leave the door open for inconsistent narratives and bloated storytelling. But for what it's worth, I like The American Office, seasons 1 to 3. Okay, let's finish with a rapid fire round of which country does it better.
Okay.
Panel shows, right. So America doesn't really do panel shows as such, and anybody who's watching this
I
is
like
thinking,
panel shows.
what is a panel show? A panel show is that type of show where you've got on either side of the presenter 3 or 4 comedians whose job it is to be funny. The real job is to score points, but it's sort of meaningless to the whole thing. They just have to be funny. And
yeah, points don't really matter, do
like
they?
Tipping Point.
No, that's not panel show. Panel show's like, would you lie to me? Would I lie to you? Celebrity Juice.
Okay.
And stuff through the keyhole. Stuff like that is where you've got 2 teams either side, and it is just back and forth banter.
Okay.
I can't think of any more, but there is definitely more. Yeah, but I like them. They're good. All right, guys. Our takeaway just arrived, Indian. So we're gonna finish it off, but that's why we're cooked. There's only a couple minutes left.
Just have to be funny, and you always see the same faces on these British panel shows. The short answer is Britain does this better. Who has the whitest teeth? Clearly people on American TV. This speaks to the general idea that American TV personalities are sort of perfect and were chiseled out of marble. We don't have to worry about that in Britain because, well, most of us don't have teeth. And also because the BBC doesn't have to worry about ratings, it can cast people with faces like this. There was a hint.
It's nice,
Who does
Lawrence.
reality TV better? Goodness, I don't watch it. I can
probably
say this,
America.
though. I think both countries
think
do it in more or less
is
equal
a
abundance. But I
interesting
think they're
word.
both into sort of different shows. I mean, reality TV is reality TV in that it doesn't represent reality. But I have noticed that once a year on British Twitter, Celebrity Love Island will be trending at the top.
Ooh,
I think
Love Island
actually,
does do
pound
good.
for pound,
but
British
it's not
people
real.
might be more obsessed with reality TV. Most late night chat shows, I think the United States
James
wins this
Corden.
one. It has more chat
way
show
more
hosts than it
US.
has women,
Although-
right, and they're all called
I would claim James Corden is a British import.
Yeah, not many British people like him though.
And he's on it like
There's a
for
weird,
us,
it's a
he's
weird
on it.
stigma about James Corden. I don't really,
I like James Corden. I don't have an issue with him.
I just don't have an opinion to be
I think
honest.
the guy's funny. He's great in Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, every time I see him, I feel like I see a load of British people on Twitter. So I was like, no, don't send him back. I'm like, what's he done?
I like him. I think he's
But-
great fun.
So many. You got Jimmy Kimmel over there as well, haven't
Yeah.
you? So many late night shows in
Yeah.
America.
called Jimmy. But
Jimmy
we
Fallon.
have Graham Norton, and I like that format a lot because for anyone who's not aware, what they do on that show is they put all of the celebrity guests on one couch together, and you get this unusual mix of celebrities, right? You might have Harrison Ford and Sharon from EastEnders. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below your favourite
That was
British...
the end. Was that? It said Graham Norton, didn't it?
Graham Norton.
Rest in peace. He passed away the other week.
No, we
didn't
didn't.
He did Graham Norton.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
You know what's funny is I made this mistake too.
No, he did.
It's Paul O'Grady.
Oh, was it Paul Grady? Oh, shoot. I thought-
Because you know why this is
Wait,
funny?
what?
It's because I said at work, they went, oh, it's sad about Paul Grady, isn't it? I said, yeah, I text my mum saying, oh my God, Graham Norton's died because I only saw a photo.
I think you said to me, Graham Norton. I didn't say anything to anyone, but I think you're the one who told me the news. By the way, we're not laughing at someone passing. Rest in peace. You told me this. You told me this. Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe and let us know whose TV you think's better. It was you. We'll see you later in the next one. Peace.